Next presenter, Jennifer Dana.
Good morning, delegation.
Good morning.
My name is Jennifer Dana. I've brought with me some of my fellow 911 public safety telecommunicators. We're all from the Palm Beach County Sheriff's Office. And we're actually here today because we're here to implore you to help us get reclassified as first responders. Currently, the state of Florida's definition of first responder includes the traditional occupations. So your police officer, your firefighter, your paramedic. But the way that they're classified actually gives them mental health and retirement benefits. 911 public safety telecommunicators have their own definition, and we don't receive any of these benefits. For those of you who may not know, Florida actually has a statute that specifically designates first responder peer support. And they actually include 911 public safety telecommunicators in that definition because it says that first responders are supporting first responders because they know what it's like to be a first responder. So the state of Florida essentially is acknowledging we know what it feels like to be a first responder, yet we're still excluded from many of the benefits that the traditional first responders are given. Florida as a whole is already struggling to keep people working in their 911 centers. Excluding us from many first responder benefits only exacerbates the turnover and burnout. 25 other states across the nation have already reclassified their 911 telecommunicators as first responders. 4 of them right now have legislation in the works. And most of those who've already been reclassified as first responders, they've included mental health and retirement benefits with that. We've heard pushback in years past that this is too expensive, can't afford it. Last year, the governor's office actually did an actuarial study that says it's feasible to include mental health benefits and retirement benefits and reclassify us as first responders. Representative Casello, you're a former firefighter. You know what it means to be a first responder. You've seen colleagues diagnosed with PTSD. You know how important it is for your fellow public safety members to get the mental health and resources that they need. We endure similar traumatic exposure daily. You know, the one thing people don't always realize is that when someone calls 911, the very first person they're talking to is not a firefighter, it's not a paramedic, it's not a police officer, it's us. And in November, you guys already saw our colleagues up here recognizing the 3 that we lost. We fielded those calls. We answered the calls when witnesses saw our deputies get hit. We were the ones that coordinated with fire rescue and coordinated with road patrol, but we're still excluded from all of the trauma that comes with being a first responder. We're making life and death decisions every single day. Yet, as I said, we're excluded from the very benefits designed to support the mental health for those who are in public safety. Reclassifying us as first responders would provide the mental health benefits, including those for PTSD, which would in turn improve retention and recruitment. Thank you for your time and consideration today. Our ask is we need help getting sponsored. We need to get on a bill. We need to be finally reclassified as first responders. Thank you.
Members, any questions? Representative Skidmore.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Thank you for your presentation today. Quick question. You answered my first question is, do you have a bill sponsor? Has this legislation been filed in the past in Florida, and what is the track record that you've had so far?
In the past, as far as I understand, it doesn't get past any, I don't even think it goes onto anybody's agendas when it gets up to the different groups. But we have had bills that we've been attached to. I don't think, I've got a list of it. I can actually email you guys if you want. I've got all the past ones. I don't know that we've ever had one that was dedicated to just us. We've always been kind of just a tail along with everybody else's. We've had some interest in some people sponsoring us. We'd like to see both sides of the political aisle get jumped on there, but that's what's holding us up. And in the past, like I said, we've had pushback because of cost. But now we actually got the actuarial study from the governor last year, and it's showing that it's feasible for us to get reclassified.
Follow up?
Like you said earlier, being a first responder, your voices, they're first voices we hear as we roll out of the stations. The information you pass on to us saves lives. And you go through the same thing mentally. You hear the calls going back and forth, what we deal with. We shot that around a couple sessions in a row. Like you said, we didn't get much traction, but I will sponsor a bill this year. I will tell you this. I will sponsor the bill this year, and I think we'll get support, especially with the governor's...
Actuarial study?
Yeah, and so hopefully we can get some traction on it. So this year could be the year.
I appreciate it.
A big, big supporter of that.
Thank you. We really appreciate it.
Representative Skidmore.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Well, there you go. You got a sponsor. Happy to co-sponsor, happy to request that all members of the Palm Beach County Legislative Delegation co-sponsor legislation in the House, and that you get a Senate sponsor. Happy to do whatever that we can, but also recommend that your association, I'm assuming you have a statewide association, that your other organizations, other counties also get on board to help come to Tallahassee and advocate on behalf of the legislation. Even if it were just as an amendment, which is also a possibility, as Senator Harrell talked about earlier today, whatever we can do to be helpful, I think that it is past time. So thank you for your presentation today.
Thank you, everybody.
Before you leave the building, see my legislative aide over there, Christy, and give your permission, okay?
Absolutely.
And we'll be in contact.
Yes, Senator Redmond.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I'm happy to be the Senate sponsor, so if you need a Senate
That'd be amazing.
Yeah.
I'm really excited. Thank you, guys. We appreciate it.
Yes.
Next presenter will be Mindy Hankin. Thank you. Did I say that right?
Thank
Close
you.
enough.
Nice.
Hi, good afternoon.